So I get into the contingency contract blind, got my first clear with level 26 without looking up any guide with my favorite Endfield team, and I went on the Twitters and the YouTube checking on how other people's clears it. It seems like at the highest levels, it's like playing the Pokemon. You gotta select your trainer like Estella, or maybe the HP build Agekuri. Their design actually looks unironically coming from the Pokemon though. And have other 3 Pokemon fight for you while you're dodging the enemy from the distance, cause you can't dodge. The meme just flooded into the Twitter. Like this one is Estella resigning from the Endfield cause everybody is using her harder than the slave building the pyramid. And since you literally can't dodge at the higher level, you don't want to get close to the enemy and engage in the fight cause the enemy hit really hard. You can only run and jump in circle, dodging the attacks without using the dodging mechanics, and do absolutely nothing while the rest of the operator are beating the shit out of the enemy, and she ends up being an MVP. That's my favorite meme, by the way. In other gacha game, you only heard about shielding for the limited character, especially for the current banner, but oh my, I've never heard about shielding for the most basic character in the game. You can easily cheese your way to the level 40 with Estella. The other common strategy is to build up the level 4 combustion to deal massive amounts of damage over time without getting close to the enemy. But let's not talk about the high levels play or the cheesy way. I want to talk about my personal experience, and I think it's fantastic. I told you all on one of my videos that an endgame being highly modifiable in itself will open up incredible amounts of options to approach the game, especially at the lower levels like level 20 or level 30. The possibility is insane, and I was totally right. You can actually clear the contingency contract with pretty much any types of team, and if you want to go beyond that, then your option will inevitably getting narrowed down. But level 40 is a pretty damn high levels given the amounts of option that you actually have. So here's an update when I'm editing. It does seems like it's impossible to get the 47 with the Estella, but you could get like 45, 46, but never 47. And this is the first team in the CN side that cleared the level 47. It's the typical Zhuangfang Yi team. The second team that clears it is the Rossi Mifu team, and of course with the Gilberta. The third team that clears it is the Lv47 team with the Anton Gilberta. Keep in mind that these are all max potential operator with the max copies of weapon. But that doesn't change the reality that the team viability exceed my expectation. But nonetheless, level 47 clear is phenomenal. And yeah, you only need to clear the tutorial to get all the pools, which is like 4 pools. Anyway, if you're still with me, please do like and sub. I do commentary on gacha game. And let's move on to contingency contract. I just finished my first clear on the contingency contract with level 26 because I want to go a bit higher than 20 on my first clear. And that took me an hour and a half. And this hour and a half is like the tip of an iceberg. We still got a lot to do. Unless you're copy pasting other people's contract, running the same team just like how you built the blueprint in the factory, you're gonna run out of content pretty soon. And you're gonna keep complaining there's no content. I think the best way to have the most fun out of it is after you get the highest score that you desired, I think you should try out your favorite team, building your own contract, and try to push this team to the highest levels with the best of your ability. You're not gonna be able to push higher than the meta team, but you're gonna be able to learn the game, and most importantly, enjoying your best team. And actually enjoy what makes the game fun in the first place. The joy of problem solving. Every time when you pick the right contract, every time when you learn the new mechanics, the new rotation, the new team comp, or any new tips, and every time you push that one extra levels, it gonna feels magical. The most joy you could get out of any endgame mode is not pushing for the higher levels, but the process of figuring things out by yourself. And contingency contract got perhaps the best progressive system I've ever seen. From 1 to 47, modified by yourself mechanically. And every time when you figure out the right contract and getting better on the skill, your levels will go up. And there's no any other gacha game reflects your improvement better than contingency contract. Like guys, this is not like the factory blueprint. I can understand why people don't want to engage with the factory, but this is the core gameplay we are talking about. The combat. Like what's the point of playing a mixtape? The game that play by itself in a combat game like this. For those who don't know, you unlock new types of contract when you clear the level 10. I've never tried any of those contracts yet, cause I wanna make this first impression video quickly and share about how it actually feels. I personally run with this team, with the P2, Mifu, Rossi, Gilberta, and the Perika team, and pick whatever contract that seems to be the best one. I actually has a very hard time clearing it at first, cause I picked the worst contract for this team. This is like the worst contract for the physical team. You can only apply vulnerability for every 5 seconds. Any vulnerability applied within that 5 seconds doesn't count. So you definitely don't want to get this contract if you are at like lower levels of the contingency contract. By lower levels, I mean anywhere lower than like 44. It does feels like the stage is working against my team, cause the way you want to play Mifu is basically building up the vulnerability to like 3 or 4 stack and consume all those vulnerability with a skill to nuke the enemy. And I believe that they are coming in with like 8 waves. Some are trash mobs, some are the elite. And Mifu's kit is working really well against the elite because she could deal a lot of damage to a single target. The enemy hit really hard with the contract I'm using. I've never played any soul-like game, but I guess this is how playing Elden Ring feels like. The enemy could one-shot or two-shot you. And that high-stakes situation alone, it gives the thrill that makes the game really fun. Because it makes every move of the enemy matter. This is very important and people have overlooked it since the patch 1.0 about this combat mechanics in the Endfield. The problem with the Genshin formula combat is the character is invulnerable when you are using the skill. So it doesn't matter how powerful is the attack. The movement of the enemy doesn't matter that much because you can just time the skill with their attacks to avoid it completely. But in Endfield, if you use skill, you ain't getting that invulnerability. Every movement and the attacks of the enemy actually matter. I think this is very refreshing for me because I've been playing Genshin formula game for like the longest time, whether it's in CCZ, Genshin, I did play Wuthering Waves for a while, and recently the Neverness to Everness. All of these games has skill invulnerability. Anyway, let me know in the comment what you think about the contingency contract and what levels did you get. I might be doing live stream for the contingency contract. Don't forget to like and sub and see ya guys.